My name is Abby Moore, and I'm going to be telling you what to do if you have a unconscious choking victim that is an adult or a child. So the first thing that you're going to do is survey the scene, and when the scene is safe, we're going to say, hey, 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 are you okay? Are you okay? If they have no response, we're going to tell someone to go call 911. You go get the AED and come back to me. If they're breathing, we're going to monitor them until the EMS arrives because they have some sign of life. So after that, we're going to check for a medical tag to see if they have any pre-existing conditions or anything. And if you have to call 911, we're going to put our victim in the recovery position. And then we're going to go call 911. If we're going to put them in the recovery position if they have no suspected head, neck, or back injuries. If they are a child, we're going to give them 2 minutes of care before, if we have to call 911, we're going to give them 2 minutes of care before we go call 911. If the victim is face down, we're going to roll them over and make sure that their chest and their mouth is facing upwards towards us. And if there's no signs of life, no pulse, no breathing, which we had been watching, then we are going to check for bleeding. If there's no significant wounds or any bleeding, we're going to start our chest compressions. And to do this, we're going to take our hand closest to the feet, and with our index finger, we're going to find the xiphoid process. We're going to put our other hand 2 fingers up from that, and our other hand, the hand closest to the feet on top. And we're going to do 30 chest compressions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We're going to make sure that our arms are straight, our elbows are locked, and our shoulders are over our elbows when we do this. And when we do this, it should go about 2 inches into the chest cavity for an adult, or it should go 2 inches into the chest cavity for an adult and about 2 inches into the chest cavity for a child. And these 30 chest compressions should take about 18 seconds to do. After this, we're going to take our mouth covering, our barrier, our protection, and we're going to pinch the victim's nose and lift their chin up a little bit and give them 2 breaths. Breathe, breathe. We're gonna make sure that we are watching the chest when we do that to see if the air is going in. If those breaths don't go in, we're gonna give 1 more breath. Pinching the nose, breathe. And if that breath does not go in, we're gonna assume that they have an obstructed airway, and we're gonna do 30 more chest compressions. So same process, hand closest to the feet, find the xiphoid process, 2 fingers up, 1 hand, the other hand on top. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. After that, we're going to open their mouth and do a finger sweep with our index finger if we see that they have food or something that came out of their mouth. And once we did the chest compressions and pushed it out, we're going to do a finger sweep with our index finger only if we see food. If it doesn't get it, then we're not going to worry about it. We're only sweeping 1 time across the mouth. Then we're going to do a head tilt chin lift, and we're going to pinch the nose again and do 2 more breaths. And we're going to check the chest to see if those breaths are going in. Breathe, breathe. After that, 30 more compressions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And there I kind of messed up and switched my hands, but you're supposed to have this one on top. The one closest to the feet is on the top. And we're going to repeat the 30 chest compressions, the finger sweep, and the 2 breaths until the object is either dislodged or or that breath goes in. And when the breath goes in, we're going to do a head tilt chin lift and make sure that their breath is continuing to go in, and we can see the rise and the fall of the chest for about 10 seconds. If there's no breathing or signs of life after this, we're going to begin CPR. And if they are breathing, we're just going to monitor them until the EMS arrives. And we're going to continue that CPR until they have signs of life or they begin breathing, the EMS arrives, we become too tired, the scene becomes unsafe, or the AED gets there. So once again, we're going to go over the whole process. And so the first thing you're going to do is survey the scene. Once the scene is safe, we're going to say, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? If there is no response, and if they are breathing, we're going to leave them alone. If not, we're going to tell someone, hey, you go call 911, you go get the AED, you come back to me, and we're going to check for a medical tag to see if they have any previous conditions. If there's no medical tag, or it doesn't matter, if you have to call 911 yourself, you're going to put them in the recovery position and then go call 911. If you don't think they have a head or back injury, because we don't want to move them around if we think they do. If they're a child, then you want to do 2 minutes of care before you go call 911. Also, if they're a child, we're going to ask for permission from their parent, if their parent is there, if we can care for them. And if they're face down, we're going to roll them over to face us. And then if they have no signs of life, no breathing or anything, after we checked that for about 10 seconds, we're going to check for bleeding, no significant wounds. We're going to begin chest compressions. We're going to take our hand closest to our feet, find the xiphoid process with our index finger about 2 fingers up. We're going to place our left hand down and then our right hand on top of that and do 30 chest compressions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Elbows locked, arms straight, shoulders over our elbows. And we're going to go 2 inches into the chest cavity for an adult and about 2 inches into the chest cavity for a child. And these 30 chest compressions should last about 18 seconds. After that, we are going to place our barrier over our victim's mouth. We're going to pinch their nose, make sure their airway's open, and give 2 breaths. Breathe. And we're going to make sure we're watching that chest to see if the breath is going in. If the breaths don't go in, we're going to give 1 more breath, pinching the nose, breathe. If that breath does not go in, we're going to assume that there's an obstructed airway. And again, we're going to do 30 chest compressions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We're going to open their mouth and do a finger sweep with our index finger, making sure that we're making a hooking motion. And then we're going to do a head tilt, chin lift. We're going to pinch the nose and do 2 more breaths to make sure those breaths go in. Breathe, making sure we're watching that chest to see if there's a rise and a fall. And we're going to do 30 more chest compressions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And we're going to repeat these 30 chest compressions with a finger sweep and 2 breaths until the object is either dislodged or they begin breathing again. And when that breath goes in, we're going to do a head tilt chin lift and watch their chest rise and fall for about 10 seconds to make sure that they are breathing. And if there is no breathing, then we're going to start, or signs of life, we're going to start CPR. If there is breathing, we're just going to monitor for them for a while until the EMS arrives. And if we have to begin CPR, we're not going to quit that CPR until the scene becomes unsafe, they show signs of life, we get too tired to continue, the EMS arrives, or the AED shows up.